aren't exactly teeming with public transit. How do you convince those lawmakers to fork over this scale of money when we've seen Republican lawmakers throughout this pandemic?
Cole here. So I've been at this Golden Chick for about closing on 15 minutes. I'm waiting on over 30 pieces of chicken for, I'm assuming, a big family. The Golden Chick, they sell gizzards, catfish, and livers. There he comes. I knew he'd interrupt. You don't need to slam it, I'll get it. Thank you. Thank you. Not about 2 minutes. So he was about 2 minutes early. He told me 15 minutes. So anyway, I had to rearrange the bagging to make sure it was zipped up properly. I'd say a pretty good job, not too bad. I was expecting another 2 minutes or even 10, depending on how busy they get. The Golden Chick, fixing the display. Reading notes, sorry. Just give me a second. I have to read this thing backwards because of how it is. There we go. So you got the sound on it. Got the information about me. So anyway, I had to pick up a pretty big order. I'm heading back now. Car's backing up. I was listening to the radio. I was going to say where I'm at, but I basically thought it was interesting because right next door to a fire station, so they don't have any problem getting their fried chicken during the day because they just have to walk across the street. And why did the fireman walk across the street? To get his chicken. Because Golden Chicken is right there. See it. Anyway, so I don't think they got any livers, but I don't know. I didn't look at the whole order. I think they got mostly just chickens and tenders and things like that. Anyway, I had this whole thing planned out, but he interrupted me, you know? So I was like, thank goodness he interrupted me. Because he got it out about 2 minutes quicker than I thought. Because he said 15 minutes, and I was about 13 minutes. So I thought, you know, I bet this guy's going to take another 10 minutes. Because they were pretty backed up. I mean, back-to-back chicken eaters. A lot of people got chicken on their mind. And now as they take a bite on their way home, they pull up that mask and they can smell their chicken breath. Yeah, whatever you eat, and you put this thing on right here, you get to smell it. And boy, if you burp, you got that thing on, you get mask burp. Or now they have a new thing called mask breath. Woo. Yeah, I've got to go the opposite way because of the angle. You can't really see all the struggle that I'm going through. The phone is actually on an incline, as you can see. Actually helps it. I don't know if you know, but this phone is pretty old. You know, they say the Samsungs don't last too long, but that ain't true. If you take care of your phone, those puppies keep on ticking. And the display's really nice too. Display's really nice. Display's important, you know? It's like the vision of the phone in a way. Even though the camera's still kind of vision too, but the display is what you're looking at and what you touch and feel on the actual phone. So I am proof that Samsung and Kia, this is a Kia, I took a Kia Rio to Maine in the midst of winter. There was even a blizzard. I drove it from White Settlement, Texas to Abbott, Maine, which is almost 3,000 miles. It's a very light car. It was so light I could like push it out of the snow and things like that when I'd get trapped in the snow. Didn't get a lot of that on footage. Got some of it if you check the early parts of my uploads in 2012. You have to go way back. At a red light. Now I'm at about 7 minutes. I'm trying to think of something brilliant to tell you. I am happy about getting the lowdown on my kids. So I am happy about getting information about them. Actually, you know, anytime I get any information about my children, it fills my spirit full of positive vibes. And I feel very happy and alive. And if I don't get any information about them, then I start to worry, you know, because this is about a parent worrying. Okay, there's that moon that I was talking about the other day. Remember I mentioned the moon and the daylight sky? Now that is a full moon. So yesterday I was talking about if it is a full moon, I'm 100% sure it is full and it is nighttime, but I also could see it during the daytime. So you might want to do some research on that. We are looking at January 27th, 6:21 in the Pacific Meridian. If I'm saying that wrong, leave a comment. Because I'm saying Pacific Meridian. I'm assuming that's right. I'm going the wrong way. Crap. I don't know what I'm going to do. Go this way right here. Just use the old blinker. And now I'm going the right way. Gotta go the opposite way of what the navigator's saying. Because at an incline, it flips upside down. Because it doesn't know. It doesn't know that it has to be at an incline. The phone thinks that it's reading over in this direction, over here. See? It's upside down. There's the moon again. Okay, we're moving this way. So anyway, this is a little golden chick food drop-off for friends and family. Or friends, not family. It's just friends. I mean, but, you know, I consider my friends family, so I don't know. I guess I'll have to say friends for this time. Passing Hawthorne Street, if you're familiar with Hawthorne. Then we're also going to be going right under Summit. Summit Street is right above us. You'll see a quite glimpse of it right here. There we go, Summit Street right there. You know, there's a long story about Summit. It has a great history. I'm not going to get into it right now. But if you do the research on that street, Summit, you'll find just marvelous things that have actually happened. I haven't done any research myself on it, but I'm sure that some great stuff has happened. This 7-Eleven, a long time ago, about 1980s, Motley Crue was nowhere near that 7-Eleven in the 1980s. They were nowhere near that. And that Home Depot wasn't even there. So that Home Depot is new since the 1980s. In the 1980s, if you do the research, that Home Depot was not there. I'm 100% sure. It was miles and miles of farmland. This strange something. It was obsessed about planting pine trees. Something. I have to go back to the Back to the Future kind of movie that everybody loves. People make popular and over. It's funny because I was doing a play a long time ago in White Settlement. I had a friend that always quote Back to the Future. I have this other friend that calls me McFly. I'm always offended. Oh boy, we gotta make the left-hand turn here. I'm like, do you know how completely dorky McFly is? True story. This is a true story about Back to the Future for Back to the Future fans. I actually, and this is not a lie, I was in the same room when I was in drama class with a man named Norm Alden. Do the research. I know that there's a famous person named Woo, Adam the Woo, who's very obsessed with Back to the Future. Well, Norm Alden had a little scene with Michael J. Fox when Michael J. Fox goes into the little cafe and he has a life preserver. Now, Norm Alden is no longer with us. I believe he passed away. But he actually went out, Norm Alden went out to Hollywood and attempted to be a stand-up comedian. Do the research, Norm Alden. And he ended up being an actor instead and got, on board with an agency and began getting these small little over-the-shoulder roles. Just missed my turn right there. Don't worry, we've got another one. And these over-the-shoulder roles turned out to be one in Back to the Future with Zemeckis, the director. He also was the voice of the Optimus Prime and Transformer. Norm Alden. Met the guy, talked to him. He even had a son. He came back to Texas to live a while. He almost was opposite of Steven Seagal in an action film before Steven Seagal ran off to his vacation trip in Russia. But anyway, regardless. But that's a true story about Back to the Future. Okay, I'm turning right here. We're about 13 minutes, so that's good enough right now. January 27th. Dropping off Golden Chick. Turning on Lake Park. And that was my Back to the Future. I'll probably say something about Back to the Future in this one. I don't know. I'll have to kind of figure out what I'm going to call this one. Crossing a railroad thing right here. Kind of moving the thing. Since I have all this time on my hand to do massive editing. My last post that I actually uploaded, I actually did a little bit of editing on. Because it was sideways. Oh, man. I think this one's going to be okay, though. Because how you hold the phone, you can turn it this way or that way. Right? So whether it goes sideways or not. All right. Well, if you don't know about my channel, please subscribe. You can always give a big thumbs up. Miles and miles of pine ahead of me. No, I'm just joking. It's just apartment complexes. I got to turn here pretty soon. But anyway, like I said, please subscribe. You can hit the little subscribe button. Also, I always in the description leave my PayPal if you want to help me out. And I've got some plans for some really cool vlogs. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful evening. There's the moon.